Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello.
uh,
Hello. 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 Hi. Hello.
Oh no.
Good happy Monday. Good happy Monday.
Good happy Monday.
How is everybody doing? How was your weekends?
GHM. Good happy Monday.
Good happy Monday. How was everybody?
You have a good weekend?
Yeah. Tell us all about it. Happy July. Oh my gosh, you're right. It is July. It's July already.
Oh my gosh.
Happy July.
Wait. Does that mean it's Independence Day?
Soon.
Tomorrow.
Soon.
July 4th, right?
Yeah.
4th of July.
Oh shit, wait, yeah, it's the 3rd today.
Yeah.
It's not the 1st today, it's
Yeah.
the 3rd today. Yeah. So I guess tomorrow will be a holiday for everyone in the US.
Cool.
It was Canada Day on the 1st. Oh. Rio says Pride Month is behind us and now it's Wrath Month. Hey, it's Pride Month every month.
Thanks, Alex. Alex is like, and Tuesday, it is the 4th in the US. Like, that isn't just a statement of fact.
Only in the US, though.
Only in the US.
Yeah. Everywhere else, it just skips over to the 5th.
I like that it's just, like, colloquially known as the 4th.
The 4th.
It's the 4th in the US. On Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
And it's the 4th everywhere else. On Tuesday.
But it even says no freedom for the rest of us. Oh, man. Such a shame that only the US gets freedom.
You'll have to go to the Freedom store and stockpile it.
Yeah. But remember to buy your premium freedom.
That would be... If you could sell freedom,
Mm-hmm.
you'd probably make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the government
US has
does.
kind of already figured out how to do that.
Yeah.
Lovesix says, I'm going to eat the fireworks. Don't eat the fireworks.
I saw a clip of this family out on a lawn and they're setting off fireworks and it hits the boot of a car. And yeah, cars wear boots. Don't come at me.
Yeah.
What's
a
trunk
car.
trunk of the car? Like, that makes any more sense as a name.
The butt.
And it's filled with fireworks and it just sets them all off.
Let me guess. Was that an English video?
No, I think it's US.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
that sounds like a very English thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's England to a T if you give us fireworks.
We will set fire to ourselves, our neighbors, and the camera.
Mm-hmm. Squishy Crisis says, I have a season pass for freedom. There you go.
Yeah, see.
You can get all the cool freedom DLC. Like one of those cowboy hats with the US flag printed on it.
Yes.
Martina, thank you for the subscription again. Thank you for the worm.
30, that's all, 31, that's almost a year.
It's almost a year, 31 months. Wow. Can you believe it? Almost.
A third trimester of subscription.
Just a few months away. Cat Baron says, I had a scarf for several years from fireworks. My own fault though. Me and a dozen friends jeweled with the one-shaped ones. Cat Baron, no! No! Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get a scarf from something that's pretty badass. Not that I'm advocating for doing that. Nobody do that. But I got a scarf from getting a baked potato out of the oven. So, like, getting a scarf from dueling with a firework sounds much cooler than I hit my hand when I was getting my baked potato out.
You hit it on the upper grill tray.
Yeah. I accidentally scarred myself
You're
trying to get the good eats.
You're too eager for your potat.
I was like, I don't care what happens to my hand, it's going in there.
I burned myself during home ec in high school, and now I have a fear of ovens.
No, you don't.
I have a fear of ovens.
You don't have a fear of ovens.
I have a fear.
I've lived with you for 10 years. You do not have a fear of ovens.
How often do I use the oven?
That doesn't mean that you're scared of it.
I'm scared, dude.
No, you're not.
I'm scared.
You're scared of doing anything that requires effort. Yeah, I said it.
No,
come at me.
It's
Or you want a firework duel over
ovens. Do you want a what? Firework duel.
Yeah, you want a firework duel.
All right, come on, get out. Come on, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Oh, you have.
Okay, go.
That's not fair. I don't have one. I
should have thought of that before I came at you.
Yeah, I should have. I should have figured that out.
Before you lied to me.
I didn't lie.
Fear of ovens.
I have a fear of.
I have a fear of cleaning.
I have a fear of fire and ovens.
I had a traumatic experience.
Drowning. I have a fear of.
I think everyone has a fear of drowning.
Being electrocuted.
Yeah, that's also scary.
I have a fear of cars.
What, being in one or being on the other side of one?
Driving them. Being in them. Being in front of them. Being behind them. Being under the car. General car-based proximity fear.
Yeah.
You know.
I do. I have a fear of sweeping or cleaning anything.
Do you have a fear of starting soon?
I do have a fear of starting. Ah!
You should face your fear.
Then does that mean you're gonna make me a baked potato?
How's that facing your fear?
You're afraid of ovens.
Oh, that's facing my fear.
Yeah, it only works for you. It's only your fear you need to face, not mine.
No, I'm lazy.
Oh, really?
Too lazy to face my fears. Don't pick me up.
Can't pick you up.
Yeah.
You're too heavy when you sat down. Haha! Woo! Well, oh yeah. By the way, for those who don't know, this morning is the Animorning challenge.
If you didn't know that, then now you do.
So, last month we set you all the challenge of designing your own SpiderSona and doing a little animation with them. And we have 5 participants who have sent in their things. And we're going to go and look at them. And then set a new challenge.
We didn't shout about it last month enough.
Yeah, also you couldn't enter the Animorning challenge until like Thursday last week.
Yeah.
Thanks to somebody.
But it works out because you don't get that much time today to stream, so.
Yeah, I do have to. I can only do like an hour today, and then I have to go.
Somebody didn't submit the form on time, and no one knew where it was.
Are you thinking about yourself?
Yeah.
He was looking kind of dumb with his finger and his thumb playing chess instead of making the form work.
Yeah. Gonna go France, and then you're busy for a week and you didn't think ahead.
You had 2 weeks before then, but you didn't do it.
It was more like
that work.
9 days.
All right, you. I'm gonna take you to the R zone.
Actually, it was more like 3 or 4 days because we did the reviews on the 4th or something.
Uh-huh.
And then we left on the like 10th.
Yeah, it's a good job that we knew we were going to leave for like 6 months, so we had plenty of time to plan and know what was going to happen.
I couldn't do it in that time. Listen, if I couldn't, I tried.
Do it in that time.
Oh.
Is but that then what I said?
I couldn't do it in the time.
Oh, you couldn't do it
6 months prior. I didn't know what the challenge was.
Yeah.
So 6 months doesn't matter.
Well, it does in terms of you knew it was happening, so you could easily have been like, well, I've only got this many days, so I'll play it up before we go. Here we go. There he is. There, take it out. He's been taken out by logic.
Yeah.
And a banana.
Bitches love logic.
Hey, but it's done.
It's done now,
some
yeah.
people who entered in, so we should go check out what they did. Yeah.
Yay.
Woo, woo, woo.
I like that I sped up my hands.
I can't go fast. I can only go this fast. As fast as I can go.
Really?
Mm. Hammering it. Hey, it's an arms race.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing so good.
You're definitely faster than I am. Oh yeah, if we only have an hour. Hey, stop. Martina makes a good point. Let's go. Press the button, dog. What? Why is the store up?
Oh.
What is this? Why is this here? Okay. What? Dog, what was that?
I was gonna show people the store, but there's no time.
Okay. Why are we going to show them the store?
Why wouldn't we show them the store?
Why would we show them
Why
the store?
wouldn't we show them the store?
Because it's Animorning challenge.
You don't.
And there's nothing new on the store.
So?
So I just was not aware of this plan at all.
Okay, listen. In order to get Stream Deck to know that I want to show a Chrome window,
yeah,
I have to type in dogswift.com to get it to recognize the window first.
Okay.
So that's why the store is there.
Oh, so you just lied. You weren't trying to show people the store at
Well,
all.
I kept it on the store tab. I kept it on the store tab so that we had to like. It's like when you get directions on a Google map and you're like, I want to go from here to here, but via here.
Okay, dog. All right.
I put the via in.
Okay.
It was a choice.
No, awesome. That's great.
Why wouldn't we want people to know about the store?
No, we definitely would.
That's
wonderful. Great job.
It's going to get
You did good.
on your tombstone.
Okay.
Why would we want to show people the store?
All right,
says
no,
Swifty.
You're right. You're completely right. 100%. Do you want to read out what this Animorning challenge was?
Okay. Nice weather we're having here.
That's not. That's.
All right, I'll do it. Do it. All right.
Tavya's in chat. Hey, Tavya. Thank you very much for submitting to the Animorning challenge.
They wrote nothing, so I'm going to read nothing.
Okay, that's fine. People are saying love the little legs on the back. Yeah, this design already looks pretty sick. I like it a lot. Oh, it's my screen that we're showing, so I'm the one who must do the thing.
No, it's my screen we're showing, but if we're
okay.
synced up, it'll still work.
Okay, cool. Then let's do it. Let's play.
Let's go. Did you hit play?
No, I thought you said you were gonna do it.
No, you can control it. We're synced up. It's sync sketch.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Cute.
Oh.
Oh, this is great.
Nice.
Just learning to swing for the first time, huh?
I like the little back wing leg things stretch out when they try and zoop.
Yeah, they're great. They used it to cut the thread at the end, right, as well.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Let me see.
I also really like the body build of the character. That it's not like the usual super skinny spider person that you see. That's really nice. This is super fun. I wasn't expecting, like, you've done a lot as well. I wasn't expecting it to go on as long as it did. It's impressive how much work you managed to put into it. Yeah. Actually, super sick design. All right, so let's go through and I'll see if there's any anything I can ping out. Yeah, everyone in chat is being like, "That's so good." Yeah, you get so much personality, don't you, just through the movement?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Okay, let's see what we got. I need to remember how to skip through in this program. There we go. So nice little overshoot there. See, I think I might tilt the hand a little bit there. Just so when it pulls back, you get a little bit of that extra flexibility of movement from the wrist. So I might have it a bit more like this, or you could tilt it the other way as well, that would also work. Let me see if I can make that hold until this. Wait until that even. See, hold, add to new sketch, is that what we want? Yeah. You could even exaggerate that stretch forward a little bit. I really like the line of action that you have here as well, it's really nice. Oh, I hope I can undo what I just did. There we go, yeah I can, cool. I like the nice limited animation you're using as well. Like, you could always in between this, but also because it's got the main strong poses in, you know it all works already. Nice clear silhouette as well. I wouldn't be afraid here to bring the hand back a little bit.
Okay.
Rather than to always have to keep the forearm flat to the camera. You can add like a little bit more overlap in the pose and a feeling of dimension to it by showing like a slightly different angle of the arm.
Is that keeping a clearer silhouette?
Well, the silhouette's about the same, so you could clear it up a little bit if you wanted. Like you could handle. Oops. What did I do? You could handle the arm a little bit more like this if you wanted. So it breaks the silhouette a little bit. But mainly just rather than the forearm here feeling like it's kind of a flat sticker that's just moving around and staying pretty much the same length and everything. Distorting that shape so it's coming out towards the camera more just makes the it makes the figure feel more believable, like it's interacting in a 3D space rather than if I show you in real life, rather than being like I'm gonna hold the camera and I'm gonna spider swing. It's like I'm gonna spider swing.
That's cool.
I'm sorry I couldn't show you guys that because I was literally miming it to Mike in real life. Can you describe that better, Mike, if I'm not putting it into words well enough?
Just sort of like changing the angle the arm is at so that it's not only going on 2 axes, but you're using the third one that rotates toward and away from the viewer. I bet that okay? Yeah.
Sorry, I was laughing because I was looking at the animation. It's good. So I think you could stretch the arm even more here. If this is the string pull here, going straight down this line, having the arm also go straight along that line. I think will lead to a stronger silhouette, and then having everything else get pulled up by that. You could even stretch it even more and have her up on her tiptoes, since she's about to get pulled.
Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for coming over. How y'all doing? We're doing animation reviews for a challenge we set last month. It's to create your own SpiderSona and then animate them. And this
doesn't like doing curves very much.
The submission's from Tavya.
That's meant to be an R. There we are. So really have that arm go along the same line as the thread, and try and have the whole body like pull up with that too.
Yeah. The overlay's in a bit of a state, so the raid stuff doesn't work, and a lot of the features aren't working today. I have to create a new build, to re-log into all the back end stuff.
Yeah, sorry Zephyrs. It's been like this a little bit. We're trying to get it fixed, but Doig has to roll the change into the version 2 he's making, which is like a whole lot of changes and improvements. So we're going. Whoa!
Whoa!
You could add a camera whip here if you wanted, rather than a cut. You don't have to, but if you'd want to, it'd be pretty easy to just be like, we're gonna follow, and imply that the camera's moving up.
Oh, you hyped us up. Oh, thank you. Well, it's follow, and soon we'll have cool shit.
Yeah, we already have some pretty cool shit going on, but just not as much cool shit as usual.
Hey, Onsta.
Onsta, hey.
Welcome.
Let's see. So go up here. So part of me is wondering if we should start off, and rather than starting with the arms already bent and keeping them bent all the way through this movement, whether to feel more that loss of control, we should start with the arms straight and then have them pull themselves up to try and get closer to the thread, and then have their arms bent through like the second little bit of this movement.
Oh, I see.
So having the arms basically, well, if you were going to do it in a way where you could preserve your other poses, you would probably actually keep the hands in the same place, but then drop the rest of the body down. So it'd be more like this kind of thing.
Yo, thank you for the subscription. 12 months. That's almost a year.
Almost a year. And then they would like pull themselves up, maybe like here-ish or there-ish.
Did you? Oh, I almost read read that as pull sleeves up.
Pull sleeves up.
Yeah, you got it. But as a Spider-Man or spider person, you got to pull your sleeves up if you're going to fight crime.
Like here actually feels like a really good place to pull up, if possible. I think there's a little bit of a problem in that. I think this pose, the character has gotten like bigger on screen than they have been in the previous poses. So I think like here the character is one size, and here the character is one size, but here it feels like you're drawing them a bit bigger. Between here and here, I think this feels like you could shrink this down just a little bit and keep the same pose. Although like I said, I'd be tempted to have the arms up.
So you've spent 12 minutes on the submission so far. Just keeping you, like, if you're going to spend 12 each, that'll be an hour.
And then pull up here. I think that would make sense. We just have a look at this end bit. I think it'd be nice to have a little of a panic pose with the feet here a little bit, if possible.
Panic pose?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because here, I'm assuming they see that the wall's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So having kind of... So I want the legs like angled out a little bit more, I think, for the comedy factor.
Oh, I see it now. Like a huh, and then anticipate the wall.
Yeah, like I might even bring this foot a little more towards the camera. Possible. Bring those shoulders up. And then we land.
Boom.
Yeah. Because there doesn't look like there's much tension in the legs on this pose. It looks kind of like they're quite relaxed. They've got like a little bend in them. So having them really like straighten up and splay out, I think would be really fun. Even just a little bit. To get that expression of, oh shit, there's a wall coming in.
That's cool. I like that. Performance in the motion.
Yeah. Just erasing it because it doesn't work very well with the previous frame the way that I drew it.
Oh.
So I'm trying to just quickly...
You're also using the Z's depth a bit more as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm sure that you could do a better job than I'm doing here. Like, the back leg's working okay. The front leg probably could do with a little bit of work. But you get the gist of it, I think. Yeah, that's all the feedback I have. So, great job.
Nice.
Like, apart from maybe you could squish it a little bit more here. If you wanted to go really cartoony, though, you know. That's all. You could have one frame of like super squish and then bounce back out on the next frame to really sell that impact if you want it to be cartoony about it. But yeah, that's awesome. Great job. And awesome SpiderSona. They're really cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much for submitting.
Yee.
Let me just check what's on the old laptop here. The next person is going to be
at British Bigfoot.
At British Bigfoot. And they said, since my character is Spider Squatch, I watched and referenced a lot of footage of different apes swinging through and climbing trees, and was able to learn a lot from the way they move, even though I wasn't able to fit said movement into the animation itself. There were quite a few things I struggled with, especially coming up with a simple idea that I could do in a short time span. I tried working with ideas of the character using his webbing to throw a tree to showcase his strength, and experimented with the idea of him hiding due to his nature as a cryptid, but in the end, the scope of the ideas exceeded the time I had. Side note, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to the stream because I have to go to work, but I'm really looking forward to watching the VOD later and taking notes. I feel there's a lot I can learn from this considering how much I struggled with it.
Oh, that's awesome. Like, I'm sure that you learned a lot just doing it as well. I love the thought of a spider squatch. That's great.
It's got a lot of appeal already.
What a cool concept. Yeah, VOD Squad. Well, hello to you from VODland. Let's have a look.
Hello, future.
Hello, future. It's us. The present.
Oh,
no,
cool.
I like the depth you have in here with them coming towards camera. That's super cool. Let's see. Probably if there's one thing that I could say off the bat, it's that it's a little bit hard to read where every part of the character is. So you could probably simplify a little bit to make it clearer to read what's happening with the different parts of the character. But let's go through it frame by frame and have a look. I really like the depth that you have on here, like the size of the character coming towards the camera and kicking off the tree adds a really nice sense of depth to the whole scene.
It's cool they planned it out with the markers along the curve.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So we've got a nice bit of anticipation here. And then we kick off. And we're swinging. We're swinging.
We're swinging.
Here they come. Oh, I see. They're like rotating as they go. That's really fun. That's a fun idea. And then past cam. See how many you got that on for too. See, how would I make this more readable? I think you could get away with another frame somewhere here. Like, it might be worth putting this last bit on ones so you can get more visual information in there for people, but preserve a lot of what is working about the timing.
Okay.
So ones are great for really fast motion because, you know, when you want something to only take 6 frames, because that's realistically how long it would take, but you're finding it hard to make it read with 2s or 3s because it only gives you 2 or 3 drawings to do it with. Putting it on ones means that you get to add those extra drawings in to give people more visual information, but the movement can still take the same time. So I'd experiment with trying some of this last part on ones. So, and you can basically just use these as keyframes and in between them, you know? Try putting this pen is a little wonky to draw with.
Oh, how come?
It's got a big delay on it and it doesn't like doing curves.
Oh, wow.
So I have to write quite slowly so it picks it up.
I wonder what's happening.
I don't know. It might just be the program. It's a good program, by the way. I like Sync Sketch a lot.
Try giving it a refresh.
Okay, I've refreshed it. Slow performance, please check your browser settings and make sure hardware acceleration is enabled for optimal experience. Maybe I don't have hardware acceleration on. Yeah, it's still pretty slow. That's okay though. I really like the fact that the character is spinning as they go past, and you have like a really nice pendulum-like movement here where you have the character splay out. Like right here. This is a really lovely line of action that you have running through them here. So I think you're actually doing a really good job. Okay, so to look at just this beginning bit here, the way that you have the leg here just appear in front of the tree. I think you could make a bigger deal of that, or you could adjust the pose so that they can have their leg up there at the beginning, or adjust the pose if they don't need to bring their leg up. Just because it's such like a one frame transition that the first pose, might as well start with it rather than just have one frame without it there. Otherwise it might make people kind of be like, oh wait, what was that? Was that a flicker? So I think I'd be tempted to try and put it there, even though this is a really nice pose. I'd be tempted to try and put the foot there to begin with. So I'd probably start in a pose more like this. And then maybe to make that a little more readable and work a little better, I'd bring the arm out a little bit. So I'd be like, I have to remember that I'm drawing close up, so the brush is going to be a lot bigger. So you could have the arm disappear behind the trunk because they're holding on to something which is out of view, right? Like around the side of the trunk that we can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Have like here. And like here or something. Like it's got a lot more negative space. And the bends in the legs and stuff are clearer.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this would have a clearer read as a pose. You know?
Yeah.
I should pop on this. This will be helpful. There we go. So let's see. Then we have some nice anticipation. I like the way that you're using your anticipation. And kick off. Yep, nice stretch frame here. Like how you are using the spider thread as the line of action through the body. Very cool. See, I feel like we could have a frame between these, or this frame could have slightly more of this kind of shape. So we can see that the bottom of them is kind of dragging. And then we could go into this. Just something to think about. I think these poses are good. I think they just feel a little bit complicated. I think it's just because the amount of visual elements and details that you have on the character. And I think that's something you might be able to solve with line weighting, or even just using black lines to outline the character and then lighter lines for the visual detail. But consider simplifying down to the more basic shapes. So let me give you a little example. So I got this. I'm literally just going to trace what you did. Let's see. Yeah.
It'll help you in the rough stage as well, right? Like if you have a more, like, get the proportions accurate, but you don't need all the detail. Would make roughing having a shorthand for the roughs would make roughing quicker and more efficient.
I can see the blue roughs underneath, which is like perfect, pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Like, some good roughs there. But when you come to inking or cleaning up, you're going to want to make sure that you keep that readability as much as possible. So pushing some of the shapes out like I am here with the leg into silhouette more. Are going to really help with that. I think we're losing maybe a little bit of the torso here as well. So let me just erase these legs for a sec. So I'm noticing this as I'm drawing it. Yeah. Is that it feels like the torso is getting a little bit crushed by the legs coming up. So looking at this like a body, the pelvis would need to be here, right? And then the legs would be coming up like this. So I'm trying my best to maintain what you already have here. But make sure that the pelvis has room in there as well. I need to come out just a little bit. Break the silhouette a little bit. Still feeling like that's a little bit. Maybe we need like a dividing line for the pelvis here. Or maybe the legs just need to come down a little bit. That is feeling a little bit better though, I think. Just a little bit.
Neato. What's the time at, Martina? It's been 12 minutes.
Okay.
Sensed it.
Okay. Yeah, I think readability is your main issue because the actual animation underneath is pretty strong.
Yeah, the animation idea is really fun.
Yeah, the idea is really fun. The movement's really fun. So if you get basically what I've got here, this, you get that and you animate with that and make that readable. And then you worry about adding the details on afterwards. And you either add them with a lighter pencil touch, so it's clear what we're meant to prioritize in terms of visuals, like what the visual hierarchy is. These shapes are at the top. And then you have maybe lighter line weights for the rest. Or you could use a slightly lighter colour to do them. So you could use a grey or something instead. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to really help this animation to read as it goes.
Nice.
So let me just check there's nothing else. Spin's such a cool idea. I really like the design of this one too. It's great. Just watch your the way that your torso is rotating here, because if it's rotating like this, it would actually be kind of in front of what's going on here, and then this would be coming up behind it. Oops, I did a bad head. There you go. It's just anatomy stuff to look at to make sure you always know where your basic shapes are, so you can track them really easily and track the rotations on them really easily. So you can see how it's rotating towards the camera, you know?
Yeah, very cool.
And that's basically it. Yeah, I think, because I think you can milk this moment more, right? With them swinging by the screen. So I think adding a few in-betweens in here is going to be really cool. Just get an in-between between this pose and this pose, and this pose and that pose. And you might potentially want to just add a frame or two more timing-wise, just to really, so we can get their face as they whoosh past, right? Because that's really what we want to see, is we want to see their expression or their face as they're whooshing past. Great job, British Bigfoot. Thank you very much. All right, we're on to the next one. Would you like to read them out?
Sure.
Yeah, Martin says Think Sketch sponsor the stream, please. Yeah, if Think Sketch sponsored us, that's one of the few sponsors we'd actually be like, hell yeah, to.
I had a lot of fun with the googly eyes and playing around with secondary motion. I think I had a hard time with the shoulders in the second shot. It was hard to make it feel less static without lines feeling jumpy, so now it's back to kind of static. How do shoulders?
How do shoulders? I like the go googly eyes already. Like that this SpiderSona is going to have googly eyes is very good. Let's have a look. Yeah, the googlies. I really like the way that you've animated them. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's have a look. So you were saying the shoulders, you felt that they were too static in the shot? Oh, because they're whipping around. I see. I think it's just literally a case of you need a few more drawings in there. Like, I appreciate that you were trying to be efficient in having them settle into the pose so quickly, so you could then just move that drawing around.
It feels like the far shoulders move more than the front shoulders toward the end there.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And also just like, I think if you're going to sell into this, giving it a little bit more up and down is going to really sell that. So let's go through this little bit and I'll do a few draw overs. Okay, so what we got here. We got this happening.
Probably a good one that you could take reference of yourself turning for.
Yeah.
Since it's not a you're doing a 360 flip off of side of a building.
Yeah, get someone to film you or film yourself like doing a little spin.
Am I the only one that wishes there were 8 googly eyes?
That would be pretty good. I'm getting big everywhere, everything everywhere all at once vibes. You just trial and error this a bit. So many things I work out by just drawing them like 5 times and then being like, oh, okay, that drawing works. This is why.
This one. If at first you don't succeed, do it 10 times and pick the winner.
Yeah. If you don't get it right first time, do it again until you get it right. Or until you get it righter. Feels like that needs to still be coming around the mountain when she comes. Feels like I'm pushing it forward too soon. Neck. Feels like that needs to have a little bit more substance at the back there. Yeah. Do 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 do. There. Okay, I'm starting to feel better about this kind of thing. So we're spanning.
We spin and we spin and we spin and we spin and...
Have it there instead. So we can have more room for it to shift backwards to the right hand side of the screen. Basically. And then the shoulder's starting to come around more like that. That's you program for being so slow.
Imagine if you guys could hear my Discord sounds. Like if people are messaging me.
Are you messaged a lot?
Not really, but
well,
if they could hear the Discord sound on stream, everyone else would be like, huh? Did I get a message? No.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
Because it just did a Windows sound just now for the calendar pop up. And Kathleen's like, was that yours or was that me?
Was that mine? Was that yours? Like when someone's phone goes off and everyone has the same ringtone and everyone's like,
hello, yes, I'm in a library. That's deep cut right there.
No, I'm in the cinema. No, yeah, it's all right. I'm seeing Spider-Verse. Oh, it's pretty good actually. Yeah, how are the kids? Everyone's like, fucking.
Kick him down the stairs.
Down the stairs. I should have put the neck on first, really. The neck's a good way to, like, track where the rest of the body's going to be. So that was my bee.
Isn't everyone having a nice time without the toots? Isn't it such a more pleasant stream experience overall?
Oh, I see, dog.
I'm going to have to build toots into 2.0 just so we can turn them off.
Them, yeah,
oh,
sure.
God.
I mean, we want to add them, though, so that we can give them a proper send-off and also have them on special occasions, right?
I guess so.
Have them on special occasions.
You have to. Goodbye, stream.
So you probably want to, like, overshoot here a little bit.
Sonic worm race.
And then bring it back up here.
Yo, Risen Demon. Wow, thank you.
Risen Demon, thank you so much. Yeah.
What was that?
The terrifying sound of me coming at you with some kind of arm chop or kick. You turn around and all you see is me with rage in my eyes, and all you hear is "Hiya!"
Everybody, we forgot to say it on Friday, but
what is it?
Go watch Nimona.
Oh, everyone go watch Nimona.
It just came out on Netflix. Go watch Nimona.
Nimona's amazing. You know what?
Nimona is great.
Take it back. Put it up here instead.
It's a fantastic film. It's an important film to have been made.
The world is better for having this film in it. And it's awesome. Who here has seen it already?
Plan and execute. Let's go. We watched it again on Saturday.
Yeah.
We saw it in Annecy.
With our friend and they were like, "Oh, I haven't seen it yet." And we were like, "Well, come back to our flat now."
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, I don't have Netflix, so maybe I will get Netflix for it." And
we're like, "Halt! We were like, you have no need to get Netflix, for we have Netflix."
We have Netflix. Let us go watch the movie.
Let's go watch the movie. Let's see. It's still not quite. I feel like this needs to. Not like this. But yeah, you can see what I'm going for, which is basically we're overshooting when the weight settles downwards to give the shoulder something to come up to.
Oh, I see.
So we're going down and then coming up.
Oh.
And it's going to give you a bit more of an organic feeling, basically. By the time you get there. And put the head in the relative place and everything.
Witchcraft.
And feel less stiff.
You're a witch.
I'm not.
Witchcraft.
It's very simple. It's literally just adding a bit more up and down to it. And yeah, that's basically it. Just making sure you have those new drawings to really distort the form a little bit.
Yeah.
And keep that rotation going a little bit more. Like what you want is around this part. I know, sorry, the drawings are really messy, but I try and do them fast.
You're doing great.
But you really want around from about here till when they settle up. like a very subtle rotation of them just finishing off their shoulders, like landing in the right place. So let me use right there. Plus subtle rotation. It's cool.
Plus ruddle rotation.
Hold on.
I can read it.
Subtle.
Subtle. Suborbital rotation.
There we go.
Rah, jump a jump. Hurrah.
And let's have a look at the beginning bit. Hehe.
I'm going to take this foot. I'm going to put it on that side of your face.
I'm going to slap that side of your face.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. Probably this pose is one which I think the butt would still be up here, but the leg would be going down. Get people like
Spider kick.
spider kick. This kind of thing.
You reckon spiders would be good at like taekwondo?
Sure.
Because of all them legs.
All them legs inside your head.
They got 8 weapons for taekwondo.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good.
I think they would get stomped on.
I think they would do the stomping for the first time. There we go. I think something like that will feel a little bit better. There you go! Just some very slight anatomical corrections on your rough drawings just at the end of that kick. And then a suggestion about how you could fix the shoulders. Are you imitating me? I'd like to see you do some critiques.
No, I'm not doing it. I've literally got dry lips and I'm trying to lick them.
I thought you were like behind me.
No, I would be more like this.
Spider.
All
right, Cinevi.
Cinevi. I didn't see a Cinevi on the list.
Cinevi.
I didn't see a Cinevi on the list. Let me check.
Yeah, have a check.
Oh, I see it.
Double check.
They didn't say anything. They just submitted.
Okay, fair enough. Well, then let's have a look-see at what they got. Again, like, you guys are kind of killing it with the designs. Like, I really like the vibe we've got going on here so far. And more eyes and spiders is always good.
I think it's eyebrows.
Oh, cute.
No, it's eyes. You're right.
Ran out of time to do more. You could have got them if you weren't playing around. Oh my gosh, the spider is a companion that speaks to them. That's cool.
Nice.
I like it. I like it a lot. This is really rad. Damn, why are all these designs so good? And I love that they're using the web to do like a cat's cradle type thing. That's really fun.
That's neat.
Damn, you guys. You should all make a Spider-Verse movie with these. This is great. All right, let's see. What can I give you here? Because it's quite simple at the minute. Like, lots of nice, simple poses. It feels more like an animatic. Because it's more key poses than anything. So, like, these are nice poses. Like, very clear what's happening.
The kind of zoom different parallax rate on the hands to the body is real nice touch.
Yeah, super nice. And they look over at their little spider.
Jacob looking villain. What Jacob looking villain?
What Jacob looking? Oh wait, we can see in the next thing. Next scene, sorry. Oh, I see. It's like that's what the spider sense is.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think we might need more of like. So you probably know this already. So I'm sorry if I'm preaching to the choir. I'm telling you stuff. It's so frustrating to submit something for critique and then the person who's critiquing tells you something you already know and you're like, I just ran out of time. I know. But just in case, like here when they get the spider sense going, you're going to want the spider sense to go off before the SpiderSona reacts to the spider pointing them in the right direction. So the order of operation should be spider sees something and points, then the character reacts. So I just separate those two instances from by like a couple of frames. And for this, I think you really want, like, it's a very small character on, like, in a small part of the screen. So draw as much attention to it as possible. So I think having it, like, actually bounce up, like, it's noticed something, and then settle down into, like, the, oh, I see something, will be a good way to maybe handle that.
It could bounce up and then swing forward, and then when it swings forward, it does the little point.
Yeah, so I think they should maybe, like, bounce up and be like, oh, and then point off. And then the point itself, you can add more stank to as well, I think. Yeah, really get the body going in the same direction.
Point multiple legs. Would that be less clear?
Legs. They
could make an arrow shape with their leg. Would that be less clear?
Yeah, I think go for the most obvious thing. I think a point is a good shout. And then you would have react. I'll put then react.
You okay, little one?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Not you.
Hmm.
You okay? Wow.
So here's Jacob. It is Jacob! It's Jacob! Okay, let me make sure that this spider is not on screen for this little bit. Hiya! Okay, there we go. I like the way you settle into the composition at the beginning. A nice little trick that I learned from watching a lot of Rise of the TMNT. This board feels quite TMNT-ish. Okay, so we're going. Make sure you know where the floor plane is too, because I think the leg would be really coming down here at this point. It's just Jacob with a mustache, man.
He is a villain in the making.
Yeah, you don't really need me to do this bit, but just in case. There we go. I managed to do a circle.
Drawfee is just Jacob's origin story. Villain origin story.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, is that so? Does the carpet deserve to die?
I think you want something a bit more like that for that pose. And then you can have the head still coming up here.
Such a long tail.
Right, let's have a look at the actual spider, shall we? That's probably a better idea. So here we come. They're coming in! I think you could immediately, like, give them more direction with the way they're swinging by having their body kind of dragging a little bit. So, same pose. Just having them, like, obviously coming in from this direction by the way that their body's dragging. And then nice pose here. I think you could make a cooler dismount as well. Give them a little flip or something, you know. Have them land in something which says a lot about their character. So they're preparing to land here. So if you want them to get ready to do that dismount, they could start pushing their body forward and straightening their legs out. So we can see they're like preparing for a dismount. And then I'd probably have them land a little bit more like this. Just 'cause it feels like it goes with like the line of action a little bit more. For them to land a little bit more. Like this.
I feel like if you want them to land there, it might be cool for them because the way they've swung, they're kind of like they're off. They're going to the left, but they could maybe like web down to the floor and then pull themselves down to that landing spot.
Yeah, I think you could put more stank on the dismount.
Yeah.
Make it a little fancier, you know, rather than them literally just landing down. Straight up. Feels like either doing like a backflip here or doing a roll or something when they hit the ground. Feel a little better. But it is nice to have like a nice pose here where they can be looking up at the villain as they leave. I will get you. I think especially if they're going to just swing again. Like, it would probably, if they're going to keep swinging, probably to either keep hold of the thread and not stop swinging, or use their thread for something different, like, I'm going to shoot this web after them. You know, and have like a type deal where they're like, stop, villain!
A web zip.
Stop, villain, I'ma fucking get ya. Or something. This is a lovely pose though. Lovely pose, lovely expression.
Yeah, very cool.
So basically it's just a middle bit. I think you want to think a little bit more through the motions from when they swing in to when they swing out. I think you can put more stank onto it, basically. And really make sure that you think about the momentum of the character and where they would or wouldn't land. You know, think about the physics of it and try and keep those feet like really planted on the floor when they hit the ground, and try and make sure that the physics of the swinging feels believable, like it's making sense. Yeah, and now we're on to the next one. The finale.
The finale.
The finale. The finale.
I don't know how to pronounce her name.
Oh, Reb says, howdy y'all, I'm heading to bed, wanting to put bye. Hey Reb. I hope you have a good sleep.
So it should be written or linked. But they said, action scenes are so challenging but so much fun. I hope it's okay that I used a 3D BG from one of the previous challenges that you guys proposed. It helped a lot to make decisions quickly and don't lose time figuring out the background and its perspective. But I was getting late on the second day it took to finish, and I can see that I got lazy at the ending and I was worried I wouldn't finish it in time. This was a really cool exercise. Please give me feedback on how I can make it look better.
Awesome. We'll try. We'll try. If we can, then we will. And yeah, it's totally fine for you to use the background from previous challenge. If it helps do it, then awesome. Let's have a... I need to make sure I remember to turn this off. There we go. Especially with this one, since there's a lot of grey in it. There we go. Okay, so let's play. Whee! Oh, this is cool. Whoa, there's so much work in this. I like the way that the SpiderSona comes off at the end as well. That's rad. So I can see something that I can see potentially being a problem. It's just that I think, again, you really want to watch the sizing of your character and how big they are compared to the squares on the floor and such. There are certain parts in this where it really feels like they shrink a lot.
What are they getting at the end there?
Who knows? It could be anything. It's something from inside a pipe. A square. So it feels like they shrink just here where they land and here where they're running up this. And maybe there. So yeah, I'm bowled over by like how much work this is. Like, amazing job. I'm happy this isn't all on ones. That would have been wild. Okay, so let's have a look.
I think this is my favorite part.
Yeah, nice posings. It's always so nice to see someone come close to the character and go away, right? Like, it adds so much depth to the scene. So much believability. Nice posings we've got going on here. I think I'd keep that hip up a little bit more. So I could push that leg out a little bit more and make the silhouette just a little bit clearer. Oh, hello. Not right now, little love. I'm doing a review. I can't pet your butt right now. I know you really want me to. Okay, let's see. So yeah, there's a little bit here where we maybe are trying to straighten out into sideways too soon. But I think it's because we wanted to get to this position here, right? Like the background position here now matches. But it's just when you first switch here that it doesn't quite. Let's see. I think if you go for something more like this, it might help that transition a little bit. Because you're starting to straighten out like a little bit sooner. And then hopefully that will feel a bit less awkward. I still think maybe you could... It's very bad pen strokes happening here. Thinking of the body like a cylinder. I still think maybe you want to have it slightly less flat than you have it. So still looking into the overlaps of the body there. And then straightening out more here. And even here, don't straight out completely. Like, still keep those shapes going on with the shoulders and the hips. You know, these lines here to show that we are not looking directly sideways on at them.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just switch here to this. Switch to this pose. Just here. I mean, I completely understand why you're doing it. It's a good economic way to save the drawings. 100%. It's only when you're going through it frame by frame that you're like, this doesn't quite match up now with this background here. But it actually works pretty well in motion, so I think you can totally get away with it. And also, let's see, when landing, we want this, right? Like, we don't want... It's impossible to, like, bend your toes like that, really, I think. If you're about to land somewhere, you'd smash the ball of your foot.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to land toes first so that they can absorb the impact and you can roll your foot down.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than landing directly onto the ball of your foot straight up. Oops.
Isn't the ball of your foot is the one next to the toes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The heel and the ball.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. This is my favorite part.
You just said that about the last bit.
I thought we were going to look at this bit when I said it.
Okay, I see.
Just this.
Super cool. Yeah, nice. I think you could push them forward a bit more there, even.
Yeah, because they've kicked off there.
Yeah, literally just take this pose, transpose it forward to about here instead. To give it more like momentum, oomph, and velocity. Forgive my very fast drawing. But yeah, bring it out to about there. So when it goes slack and they're pulling back on it, we really feel like they're pulling themselves forward. Nice again. Nice poses. It'll be super fun. I wonder if we could make that pose stronger.
Maybe we should have done it this way. As Hink is saying, such a creative way to move the character through the environment. Maybe we should have done like the spider equivalent of sit in this chair. It's like, how do you put your character through this environment? How would they traverse it?
Maybe next time we'll do that.
Yeah, next year. When they bring out Spider-Verse in March. Ha 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 ha.
Let's trail a foot here. Just to add a little bit of interest and stop the pose from feeling too symmetrical. And then you can bring it up here as they kind of tuck in. Nice. I think you could bring the pelvis forward a little bit here as they're like flipping over.
Like a Kong jump.
Like a Kong jump.
A vault, I guess.
Yeah, more like a vault. You could even do a back reversal here. Ow, ow, ow! Where you change your spine to... You reverse the spine effectively from being convex to converse.
I'm going to go check she has things she wants. We'll be right back.
I'm going to go check she has things she wants. And then here with the vault off, you would keep that back shape. Oops, head there. And then reverse it like here as they come into land, like a cat. There's so much power in like which way you bend the spine, and the power transference of the poses often comes from there. So going from this to this in preparation for landing feels good and powerful. See what we got here. Also, these markers on the floor are a great indication of like, if you wanted to keep your feet straight, and you might not want to keep your feet straight, but if you did, then this is going to help you know like what line your feet will be on to keep them straight. And make the pose feel grounded to the environment. I'll better just write that on. Use... What would we call that? Checkerboard.
Yeah.
That was meant to be a B, believe it or not. There were a checkerboard for... I'll just have to write slower. Foot. Just have to make my piece with writing slowly so that it's actually legible. There we go. Yeah! Yeah! Fun.
So fierce.
Okay, so this is a part I think where I think you will probably feel this too. We start to feel like the figure's getting a little bit cramped, a little bit small here. So watch proportions. Watch your porpoises.
Watch your porpoises.
Yeah, like, you know. whatever your run is. You probably want the proportions to fit with what you were drawing earlier more than they currently do. Look how small they got there! But I suspect you were probably just running out of time at this point.
Russian.
Nice, like the way that you fly out one of the threads first and then the other hand joins in. Very nice. Again, consider here, once you've got this pose, you want to do a back reversal. And have them really like throw their weight back into that. Until they are preparing to land, where they'd reverse again. I like the little hop you've got as well. They land and then they hop forward. Very nice. Very gymnastic. You know, you probably looked at reference of gymnastics for this, right? Knowing that they do that little jump. And then we have the thing they're getting. Again, watching your proportions during this little landing bit. Oh, was it a jacket? Are they putting the jacket on? Yes, they are. Okay, that's what it is. I think we probably need a little bit more time for that to register. But that would just involve, I think, adding more frames when you get the chance.
It'd be cool if they put their arm through one jacket, grab the pole, and then as they're like reaching to get the other pole, they put the other arm through the other arm of the jacket.
Yeah,
I'm just spitballing.
Figure out a way to do that. That would be awesome. And again, with this bit, you just want to really set up where they're going to land. Yeah, you want to see them like lining that up. Because otherwise it's hard to believe they're going to land there. And I think from that pole, it really feels like they need to land a little bit closer to the edge. To make the physics feel more believable. Just because it's like a really, really long and horizontally large gap. So landing there, I think, is going to add a little bit of believability to it. But yeah, I love this. Love the finishing off of the zip. Kind of would love to see that in silhouette more. Like, just delaying that zip up until here, so we can really have the like, even having them zip up with the other hand and hold the jacket down with this hand, so we get that very clear like silhouette of them zipping up, like very Spider-Verse, to use flat compositions like this and silhouettes. Like, you push that silhouette more. And then they can look at their watch. They can literally take their hand away from this pose here and look at their watch on their wrist. Let's just say they're left-handed for this. Why not? Like the choice to keep the face hidden. It's nice. And then we're walking off. And the walk's a little bit long, a little bit like they're half running, half walking. But I'm assuming that was just a time thing. I'd give them a bit more of a casual walk at the end there, just to really sell the difference between their super dynamic SpiderSona swinging around and their very normal self with their ripped jeans, just like, you know, sidling off like nothing happened. Yeah.
Well done, Swifty.
That's it. Well done, everyone.
Well
Thank
done,
you so much
Swifty.
for submitting to the Animorning Challenge. This was really fun. You guys all did an amazing job. Fantastic work, everyone. Like, what great submissions.
Yeah, they were so varied and like so creative.
And the SpiderSonas are also good. We need like you guys all to team up now and do like a SpiderSona collab where you all show your different SpiderSonas either swinging together or meeting or like passing off scenes to one another, because they're all so cool.
Do a heist.
Do a heist.
Do a heist.
Rob a bank.
Yeah.
Not on animation, just in real life. Also, I guess you're wondering what the next Animorning challenge is. Well, I'll tell you.
You come up with something.
Yeah, I did. Don't say it like that. You're gonna let everyone know that I didn't have anything before. You're meant to be like, ah, yes, Swifty, the Animorning challenge that you've been talking about for weeks, because you definitely had this pre-planned and thought it through, and you were so prepared.
Yeah. So prepared. Go.
All right. So the next Animorning challenge is going to be an acting challenge. Okay? And there's a nice little twist that's going to make it super beginner friendly, but also a little bit of a challenge, but also kind of easier than it would usually be, but also more of a challenge. And that's that the acting I want you to do is going to be between two characters, and your two characters are Sphere and Cube.
Oh.
And you're going to have to convey the acting through just the, I'd say in air quotes, body language that you use between the sphere and the cube.
Wow.
So
okay.
No voices. It's got to be silent, so you can't lead an audio to do it for you. I'd discourage you from using visual comic shorthands like blushes or sweat drops, because they feel like a crutch for this kind of acting. Basically, if something is embarrassed, you don't want to know it's embarrassed just by the fact that you've made it blush. You want to know it's embarrassed by the way it's acting. You
Gotcha.
know? So yeah, it should be easy to draw for people because it's just a cube and a sphere, right? Easy to keep in perspective, easy to draw flat. But the challenge, of course, is in how do you convey emotions and an acting scene between something which is just a shape. It has no face to emote with. It has no arms to emote with.
So is what they're trying to express open so that we have to try and guess?
It is open, but I can give you a few like suggestions in case you're stuck.
Okay.
Also, don't be afraid to / you are allowed to distort your objects if you want. You can squash and stretch them around. You can twist them. You can do whatever you feel like you need to do to convey the emotion, apart from transforming them into a human. Yeah.
Fair.
You guys are totally allowed to deform the shapes.
Are limbs allowed?
No.
Okay.
You're not allowed to have a cube with arms.
Yeah, you can't just emote with the arms and just have this cube that's just sit there like...
Yeah. So, I would suggest either something simple like circle tells cube something that makes them angry or sad, or cube confronts circle about something that circle is sorry about.
Yeah.
Or, circle is confessing their love to square. Keep it very simple.
Delivering bad news.
Or delivering good news.
Delivering news.
Yeah.
I like it.
But yeah, so you can keep it rough. It doesn't need to be inked or coloured or shaded, because as usual, we would encourage you to only spend about 3 hours on this, unless you have a lot more time to spend, in which case you're very welcome to. But there's no pressure to spend any more than 3 hours on it, because I know everyone's quite busy.
Kurzik asks, can the circle deflate, or is deflating too much?
I think you can't completely deflate, but you can definitely sag that circle if you want.
It's a sphere.
Like a tire with a little bit of air let out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sphere, though. Not circles, not squares.
Sorry, I'm trying to make myself say sphere and cube so that people don't all resort to just like flat on compositions. I see all of you wanting to do it just with a line for the horizon and then a square and a circle on it. If you want to challenge yourself even more, give it an actual ground plane.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't need to worry about it with the sphere because that's going to be drawn like a circle with the contour shape anyway. You only need to worry about it with the square, and the square is the easiest thing to keep on a grid ever because it basically is a grid. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yeah, it's kind of like the flower sack animation, 100%.
Did you ever do this exercise
It's a little bit harder than the flour sack, I think, though, because the whole point of the flour sack is because it's half filled with flour, you can move the flour around in it any way you want. And like the 4 little corners can kind of act like feet and hands.
Yeah. You don't got that in this one.
You don't got that here.
Mm.
You can do it. I believe. So you got a month. We'll look at it at the beginning of next month. The first stream of the next month is when we'll review these. And we'll put the form up for you to submit them sometime this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that you have all months to submit. Yeah, woo!
Yeah, woo!
So get your acting skills out. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you can do with just a sphere and a cube. And with that, I have to run. I've got to get to work, and I am half an hour later than I would like to be.
Let's go.
So I got to run.
Who are we raiding today?
Lady Vignette has just started. There's also Blue Pinot is here, but they're playing Minecraft. Picori Mio.
We're raiding Picori Mio.
We might have done a poll earlier, and I just didn't realize.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So that's cool, Picori Mio. All right, thank you guys so much for being here.
Picori Mio is a webcomic artist and a fantastic person. Really positive vibes, really encouraging, really welcoming. We hope you have a really good time there.
Yeah. And until next time,
may the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Maybe it's time. Oh my gosh. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind.